Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Honey Bunch. So, this week has been interesting, quite interesting, by the way. So, we've seen some gross images over at Scotty's channel. So, let's talk about that for a bit, all right? So, Jaxi Pooh. I mean Starla, whatever you, whatever you, whatever you're called these days. You have been a nasty son of a bitch. Nasty, nasty, nasty. You still sit on a panel when no one really likes you. They just be nice. They're just nice to you. You don't really get that, do you? You're just big, dumb hillbilly. Hey, pig bomb. Nasty little hillbilly. Big hillbilly, by the way, who just sits there and shoots off her mouth. Wouldn't be able to answer simple trivia questions because guess what? Low IQ. And by the way, you sit there and betray every friend that you have on here or had. And you run over to a criminal who steals people's tax money, scams people, sells used makeup, and even gets her kids involved in the action. Hmm. Even you even go on panel with, let's see, someone who killed someone, ran them over with their car, with a car. Let's see, you go on panel with someone who got high in the emergency room and lost her baby. That's right. Let's see. You go on panel with someone who can't keep his hands and feet to himself, especially to his wife, twice convicted. Okay, must I go on? Great crowd over there at Natasha's. Great crowd, isn't it? The lowest of the low. Then we see Jaxi Pooh's so-called performances at the nightclub back in, what was it, 2013? And they were gross. You could see that fupa hanging out. Ew. I'm not gonna show anyone because I don't want to gross them out. And you call that a performance? Just standing there? Just standing there and lip singing and stealing the drag queen's tips right off them. Yeah. And just and sometimes just swaying. That's an F performance. Jaxi Pooh. That's an F. I've been to drag shows that are 10 times better than the performance that you gave. All right? Absolutely, Witchy Nicole. He fits right in over there. Or she. I get the I don't care about the pronouns because guess what? Miss Starla has no respect for anyone else's pronouns. He sits up on panels and calls other females males and other males females. So why should we have respect for Jaxi Pooh's pronouns? Now, hey, Chroma True History, welcome. Yeah, absolutely, Raleigh. Jax is a buffoon. Jax is a buffoon. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he did stagger around for a bit, Nikki. And I've been to drag shows in my time. There was one drag queen. I'll call her Lawanda. She was A plus. Whenever she was at the club back in the day, I'd make sure I showed up. She gave her all. She knew how to dance. She knew how to put on a performance. She was on fire. And this drag queen, by the way, put on wigs, sometimes to look like a man, and then switched it up and then did the female thing. And the dancing was awesome. And then she switched it up and did what you call the comedy hour. She sat there and started making jokes. And that was the fun part. We were laughing. So that was entertaining. So I would call Miss Starla's performance at that club an F. No real effort. Fupa hanging. Real gross. And then he sits there and or she sits there and then takes the other drag queen's tips. Now I'm going to tell everyone the truth about drag performances. Most drag queens don't make a lot of money. They book you at the club. They pay you $25, $30. That's most drag queens. If you're someone that's more well-known and popular, they'll pay you more. Okay? Based on your talent. But since Miss Starla Pooh was booked on a Wednesday night, that tells me something. It means, hey, princess, that tells me that Jaxi Pooh was low paid, was a fill-in, and they wouldn't put him on the weekends because guess what? The performance sucks. The club didn't want to lose money. The club didn't want to lose money. Hate to break it to you. Now, well, I looked at the source of where the videos came from. Now, he didn't win, or she didn't win a state title. She won what you call it, a regional title. So, how do regular pageants work? You may ask. So, regular pageants, they have like different cities in a state, and they or a region around it, and they compete. They have their little pageant. Same thing in the gay community. They have their little pageant, and whoever wins, they go to compete for Mr. Louisiana. And to be frank, they don't have many drag kings out there, especially back then, as you want to call them. There are lots and lots of drag queens. This is I'm just going by my experience as a gay person going to the gay clubs. Now, I used to go out to the clubs back in my 20s, and there were lots of drag queens. All right, this is males dressing up as females, just so everyone gets terminology correct. And to be honest with everyone, I don't think there were many female to male transgender people in the club where I went to, the clubs I went to. They were far and few between. I'm going to explain why. Because there were several people that they used to put on stage. They were biological males. They were gay guys. And they used to dress up in nice little fancy clothes. They weren't, I wouldn't call them expensive clothes. All right. I would say the outfits cost $50 or less. I think the one guy did an Elton John impersonation one night. And they come on, and a lot of these guys, they just went on as themselves. So that there was a so the king communities, as you call it, didn't go into the gay male clubs. Now, excuse my ignorance, but I never went to the lesbian clubs. So maybe they were hanging out there. Now, from what I saw in the video, I was seeing men. So it's safe to assume that that was a gay male club. Now, did lesbians hang out with us as a club I went to? Yes. But sometimes they have, around the state, specific lesbian nightclubs that are frequented by lesbians. So I don't know who frequents those establishments. Perhaps I should have went to one night. You know, because some of the people in the places I was going to were driving me insane. Now, I'm not trying to be transphobic here, but some of the ones that were in transition, the ones just starting it, really acted like Karens. As we call it, with a female, they were acting hormonal. And I was like, stay away from them. And then some people around in this community call me transphobic, and that's far from the truth. All right. I've talked to the queens in the club. We were friendly. I had nothing against them. They were who they are, and I accepted them for who they are. But none of them, not one, sat there and went nuts over the things that Jaxi Pooh goes nuts over. Let's just put that into perspective. So when I see Jaxi Pooh going nuts, I think, wait a minute. There's something mentally wrong with this person. Now, don't sit there and make the excuse, oh, I'm on hormones. I'm special. You're not fucking special. We're still going to hold you accountable for your behavior on here. It doesn't, hey, Wyoming. It doesn't preclude you from a clapback. It doesn't preclude you from a clapback. Oh, I'm trans. I'm special. No, we treat you like any other person on this platform. And Jaxi Pooh can cry victim all she likes. You can cry victim all day long. We don't give a shit. Now, over at Nikki's channel, there's a girl named Taylor. She's halfway decent. All right. She has a partner that is trans. I have nothing against that. Okay? She doesn't sit there and force that lifestyle on anyone else. And I have respect for that. I have total respect for that. No, I'm not advocating, and I don't agree with handing hormones to minors. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with sex change operations for minors. All right. It's a very big decision. And I do believe that it's, what's the words I'm looking for? Body dysmorphia, in a way. Because how the drag queens at the club described it to me was they feel like they're out of place. They feel like they're trapped in the opposite sex's body. And it's sometimes confusing to them. All right. Now I could see, I could empathize with them, and sometimes I felt sorry for them. All right. Now I'm a believer in reincarnation, just so everyone knows. And I believe that everyone has multiple lives, and people live lives as both genders. And sometimes when a person lives as one gender too long, and then they hop into a body that's foreign to them, and they come into life, it's kind of a shock to them. All right. That's what I believe being transgender is. It's a disconnect from a past life experiences. It's part of the soul's journey. And I have no issue with someone going shopping for clothes in the opposite genders section of Target or Walmart. It doesn't harm anybody. Or if they want to dabble in hormones, it doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, but don't take your rage because you're probably angry that you weren't born the gender that you wanted out on everyone else. All right. I in my opinion, I believe Starla hates women because guess what? She was born a woman. She's a biological female that decided to take hormones, decided to remove her boobs in a sex change operation. Facts. And she hates other females because she was born one. So she sits there on YouTube because she hates herself. All right. She hates herself. She probably hates everyone around her. And it's so sad. Starla, you need to learn to love yourself. How many years has it been? You need to stop blaming everyone else for your problems and take responsibility for once in your damn fucking life. All right? Enough already. Now, I'm not going to sit there and have any respect for you because guess what? You have no respect for other people. You have zero respect. You can sit there and call Wyoming Adventures a man all you want. It just shows that you have no respect for anyone's gender. And you call other people the opposite gender, but you expect people to respect you and call you your proper pronouns. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You want respect, you have to give it. And you call me transphobic? I just give you what you dish out, honey. So why don't you shut the fuck up and move the fuck on? All right? Now, I'm not going to gross my audience out by playing your damn videos because they are pretty gross. All right? With your fupa hanging out and you're how many pounds? 350 pounds? 400 pounds? Ew. And you just sit there, you just stand there and sometimes sway. It's an F-rated performance. I've seen way better. And guess what? I've seen people get a D performance or a C and make a lot more money than Jaxi Pooh in tips on a Friday or Saturday night. One drag queen did a number on Kelly Clarkson. What's that song that she did on after American Idol? For her first song. I can hear it in my head, but yeah, she did that. She did that, and she made some $40 in tips. So we have this one that gets $7 in tips, and she can only buy a Big Mac at McDonald's with it. Come on here. Buy a Big Mac or go binge eat at Burger King. Oh, and Jaxi Pooh, this isn't Burger King. You can't have things your way. Oh, except if you binge eat at Burger King, then you can have things your way. Other than that, yeah, because guess what, Wyoming? The reason why Starla does that is because she's obsessed with other women's body parts. She finds them attractive. Jax is a lesbian. She likes the girls. Facts. And I find it weird that she goes after Nikki the way she does. It's like this weird obsession, so to speak. It's like Jax is acting like she's been rejected sexually and is begging for validation and begging for Nikki to cam up for her sexual jollies. I hate to say that, Nikki, but this is how they're acting over there. Yeah, absolutely, Witchy Nicole. Absolutely. But you know how it is. Some people just like to take it out on other people, and it's and then we have Jaxi Pooh screwing everyone over on here, and it's only hurting yourself. You're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting yourself. So the King Circuit isn't that big, so to speak. I don't know if things changed or whatever. So I'm thinking, I don't know if this is right or this is just a theory, but I think Jaxi Pooh won by default because no one else entered the contest. That's what I think. Jaxi Pooh, you didn't win on talent. All right? You either won by default or you bribed the judges. Either or. Okay? And you didn't win Mr. Louisiana. I don't buy that. You don't win Mr. Louisiana by just standing there. Okay? If you were Mr. Louisiana, they have you on Friday and Saturday night. And you'd be making a little more money. But you seem to be a broke bitch. Aren't you? You can only get dressed in cheap outfits from Walmart. Isn't that right? We all saw it over at Scotty's. Isn't that right? You disgusting little pig. So, we got a little oinker to talk about real quick. Yet again. Yeah, Jax doesn't even dance. I don't think she knows how to dance. And we just don't want to we don't want her to overexert herself. We don't want her to be taken to the ER, Wyoming, huffing and puffing and hyperventilating and shit. Due to her weight. A walking heart attack in action. So, I hear Natasha is whining, complaining again about, oh, people are going after her family. And then we all see that she's restreaming Scotty all the time. We all know that she does Nikki too. And now we have Tiffany going real life on Scotty. We have, of course, she's probably going real life on other people too, and we just haven't heard about it yet. So, we all heard her little get together, correct? Where she had everyone together and said, "Oh, we need to change. We need to change everything. No going after people's families. No going after people's kids." But then she does a 180, correct? She does a 180 and says, "Okay, I can go after people's kids. I can go after people's families. It's just that no one else can do it." We all knew that was a double standard coming. I didn't take that seriously at all. Because guess what? It's Natasha Cooper, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, absolutely, Wyoming. I was just about to get to that. Yeah, that's all she has. Streaming everyone else's content. and talking shit and cyberbullying everyone. But Natasha doesn't realize one thing. All right? She made her family fair game on this platform. She had her kids in her chat, not just once, not just twice, a bunch of times. Well, she had her daughter Hannah in her chat, didn't she? She was actually collecting the money for her makeup sales. Does everyone remember that? She was actually in her chat a bunch of times, putting people down and cyberbullying people with her mother. So that would make Hannah fair game. And then I remember, this is what I remember. Then I remember a joke Siren told. Okay. He told a joke about the cum stains on Natasha's recliner. And then I remember a community post by Just Jess with the K demanding that Siren apologize for it. And I was thinking to myself while reading that, why should Siren apologize for that? Natasha was the one who brought her into her community. She's fair game, isn't she? She's fair game. So is her daughter Kaylee. She had an account and she went into Natasha's chat. So now she has Natasha's mother in chat. So now Natasha's mother is fair game. Okay, if you want to bring your family members into this drama community and start talking shit and start participating, then they're part of this drama community, and then they become fair game. All right, that's the only exception in my mind to going after family members. As if someone brings them to this drama community and they're actually participating. Now, let's go back to Scotty for a minute. All right. Now, Natasha sits there and Jaxi, Pooh, and Tiffany. They're all on panel laughing at Scotty. All right. They have a problem with Scotty, they can go at her. I mean, I'd agree with it. But they just went at her. All right. But they have to go down and dirty and go after her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. They have to contact her ex-husband or try to do so. They have to drag her daughter. But guess what? They aren't in this toxic drama community, are they? They aren't in this dirty, toxic drama community we have. So Scotty's family should be left out. Her children are out. Her children shouldn't be mentioned. Her family shouldn't be mentioned. They shouldn't be contacted. Enough's enough. But Natasha sits there and claims, people going after my family. Well, you brought them here, Natasha. You brought them here. They are in your chat. They are fair game. So deal with it, bitch. Deal with it. Deal with it. Now, going after Scotty's daughter was disgusting. All right. I don't care if you don't like her or you hate her. That was down low. And of course, we've seen Natasha going down dirty low. That's the first place she goes, doesn't it? Isn't it? If she has your nude, she'll put them up. She'll try that first before she fails at cussing you out. She's known for it. She's known for her cyberbullying. And unfortunately, some people get a kick out of it. Well, I had problems with Scotty before. I'll admit it. It's a love-hate relationship. Hey, Taylor. I had my issues with Scotty. I'll admit it. It's no secret. But I never once went at her kids. Because guess what? Her kids have nothing to do with this. Her family has nothing to do with this. Same thing with anyone else on here. Kids are off limits. Except, unless the exception I mentioned. If the channel owner brings their kids on this platform to chat or to participate in the drama, guess what? Then they could be called out too if they do something disgusting and vile. You know, it doesn't hey, River Rat. It's just plain old gross. So stop crying, Natasha. Stop crying. Stop crying, Tiffany. You contacting Scotty's ex or her current boyfriend. I'm not going to ask her because it's none of my business. But shame on you. And now we're learning that you hang out with white supremacists. You're a piece of shit. You're a bigger piece of shit than I thought you were. And you think you're funny, don't you? And you went up on that panel with a known white supremacist, and you didn't even know your facts. You thought you knew your facts, but you didn't. All it took was a couple Google searches, and you can get nice little articles on Judaism. I don't buy the warped pituitary gland. I think that was a way for her to cry victim and make money. That's what I think. Because we all know that Natasha, all she knows how to do is separate people from their wallets. And then cry victim and make people feel sorry for her. Yeah, perpetual victims. And they're no victims, all right? I'm not claiming to be a victim on here. All right? I'm not claiming, you know, it's kidding. Oh, hey, Jason. Yeah, people can't do their damn research on here. They're too fucking lazy. You know, it's like I have a Jason. I have a non-drama channel, and I have to do research, actual research. I have to go from one side of the aisle to the other. And then I got to go to these sites just to get my facts on something. Like an archaeology site, or what the theories are and what it's all about. And then I do a 10-15 minute video on it with actual facts and theories on what the experts think it is, what the paranormal community thinks it is, and then I let people try to make up their own minds about it. And these people can't do that. They probably watch 1 or 2 videos on YouTube and say, "Oh, we got the facts," when some of them are just opinions. It's disgusting. Yeah, because we all know Natasha just sits there and has someone else do the research. So we have another big mouth we're going to talk about next. All right. So, absolutely, Jason. So, we have a big mouth in Natasha's chat. We have actually 2 of them. They were actually former mods of mine. I'm kind of ashamed at this point. I didn't know what got into them. I'm actually pretty sad that it got to this. All right. As I explained on Jamie's panel, it did start with Jamie, actually. So for a few months, I had people gaslighting me. "Oh, Jamie's bad. Jamie don't care about you. Jamie's using you." They're saying things to doubt my sanity. They made fun of me for going over to Jamie's chat. And I'm like, then I had to make myself clear. I'm going to go wherever I want on YouTube. I don't care what anyone says about it. Then they started acting worse. In a way. They started going on they started going into other chats, talking shit. Blah, blah, blah. And then there was an incident over at Jamie's. And I said, I really thought about it. I said, let's take advantage of it. There were mod chat leaks. So there was a leak that people were calling Honey Bunch Yoko. Okay. So I played the part. All right. This is how it started. I played the part. So I decided to, the plan was on my end to private message the 3 people and make up exaggerated bullshit stories to see which one leaked. The first one yeah, Jason, this got sad. And I had to shit test them. And the first one I did was Rachel Townsend. All right. So what I did was I said I did the pendulum thing. And she thought it was she claims she thought it was funny. So she had to go tell Siren and Missy K. So a day or two later, it's Siren goes on Natasha's panel and tells everyone about it, not knowing they were getting shit tested. Surprise, surprise. I got the link and I watched it and I was like, whoa. What a bunch of backstabbing son of a bitches. I guess they weren't loyal in the first place. And before that, they left my mod chat. All right. Because they didn't like some of the act I put on about the mod chat leaks and blah, 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 blah. So we all know where Rachel is and Missy K. They're stuck over at Natasha's, talking shit about everyone over here and over at Nikki's, just to be in Natasha's good graces. Now, I'm just gonna say this, okay? Siren has been behaving himself. This is no pun at him. Just to make that clear. This is towards Missy K and Rachel in particular. They weren't angels, but they sit there and lie. And for the last month or so, while they're at Natasha's, Rachel has been showing up at Jamie's. And I have no clue why she's over there. I don't know if she's trying to start shit or what the game plan is with her. But if Jamie wants Rachel over there, fine. I'm not going to sit there and abuse my wrench. I don't do that. Okay? If Jamie wants her gone, you can get rid of her on his own. That's how I view it, all right? So, Rachel has accused me over at Jamie's of messaging someone for their nudes. That's not true. Did I make a joke in a chat box or yeah, I did. Because I was on a live stream. All right. And there was this Andy guy. I restreamed him before. And he had a problem taking off his pants. He mooned everyone and showed his small little pickle. Okay. And I said, I don't want to see that. He's unattractive and maybe 300-400 pounds. It was gross. All right. So I made a joke and said, I'd rather see yours than his. So Rachel takes that as me hitting on him when I was telling a damn joke. So she goes over and tells Jamie that I messaged someone for his nudes. That never happened. So let me put the screenshots up. I put a preview on my community post. Okay. I put a preview of tonight's presentation on Rachel. And Missy K is in these screenshots too. So we're going to be doing some debunking. So let me see here. Oops, wrong Okay, here we go. Got my folder ready. Let's go to number 1. All right. Let's go to my folder. I got this all organized, you know? Let's go to number 1, shall we? Let's see here. Is it up? Damn, where is it? Why isn't it working? Let me just stop. Just a second. Come on. Here we go. All right. Now it's showing up. All right. Here we go. So here she is complaining about Siren. This was Siren doesn't get that we never told Greiker what to say. He asked us what I say, and I said, just say what you won't, please. Don't repeat this, but Greiker cannot stand Siren or Bill, as they always try to come on to him and even ask for his dick pics. Greiker has a thing about gays, and he doesn't like them, and he trolls them. Now, this was actually proven to be a lie because I talked to Greiker, and he's Sarah. So, Rachel, you're full of shit. All right, why don't you stop lying, okay, bitch, and start telling the truth? You even posted on your community wall that Sarah here was talking shit about me, and you posted a day that she was pissed at me, maybe for good reason, but we made up the next day. That was so misleading. You thought that me and Sarah would start fighting. You failed, Sarah. I mean, not Sarah, Rachel. You tried, but you think that you're gonna sit there and start your shit and you're gonna cause all this little drama, bitch. You got another thing coming. I'm smarter than you. All right, and Tam went up on Nikki's panel and explained to everyone that you are still on your methadone, honey. And I'll believe her before I believe you. So let's go to the next one, shall we? Because I showed receipts on this channel, Rachel. And you even told Scotty, by the way. All right, I seen it. I seen the message, Rachel. She even put it up on her live stream. You said Bill's never gonna put up receipts because he's full of shit. Really, Rachel? Really? Because I have no problem putting up receipts when you lie. Because guess what? I actually sent Scotty a few receipts of my own I'm not going to put them up here. All right. Sweet pea. I have respect for a few people that you apparently don't have respect for. Okay? So you're in Natasha's chat blaming Greiker for everything. Okay? No, Rachel. You're a backstabbing son of a bitch. Okay? My opinion, my free speech. People will learn. Okay? People will learn the hard way. So let's go to the next one, shall we? She says, I know I can trust you, but Greiker was trolling the lot of them. Greiker, Breezy, and myself are really close. I don't think they know that either he gets pissed when they come on to him and ask for dick pics. It's ridiculous. So here we go again with Rachel going on with the dick pic situation. Big deal, Rachel. So I'm just going to say this to you, Rachel, on this. He's not going to come date you. Damn. You're not that good looking, all right? Let me just say that. You looked all drugged out. So here's the my community post. Yeah, Sarah, she showed that you called me a cunt and you said it to my face too, Sarah. So what's the big deal? Yeah, and then the next day we were fine. It's like we go back and forth sometimes, Sarah, It's like, what the fuck? So here's what I have on my community wall, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. So Rachel says, oh my God, guys. I've seen something else of Lonnie that burnt my eyes laughing. And then we have someone in my mod chat that I respect her privacy. So she says, drop it. And this is just my opinion on it. This person didn't know what she was going to drop. She doesn't want to see a woman's vag with a sex toy in it. I highly doubt that. She thought it was on dirt or something. Or a screenshot, or she doesn't want to see that. She's a straight girl. All right. So then Rachel says, look how big her dildo is. How fat. LOL. Laughing out loud. Wow. Rachel. You want to drop revenge porn? Wow, you were quite busy, weren't you? Rachel? Quite busy. Quite busy. Because from what I'm hearing, you were dropping them in every chat you could. Because guess what? You couldn't stand Lonnie. So this was one of the worst things you can do to her, wasn't it? And it's not any of our faults that your little hate campaign didn't work. So you decided to befriend her when you went over to Natasha's. So I guess you're getting along now, and I guess she'll forgive you for this because I guess Lonnie needs you now. I don't get why she would take you back, but we all know Lonnie is crazy and desperate for attention. So Rachel, let me just explain something to you again. The reason why we're so nice to you and didn't really want anything to do with Lonnie and go after her for you was because we know, okay, sweet pea, that Lonnie loves attention, and we didn't want to give her too much of it. Okay? We didn't want to give her too much of it, no matter how much she paid us. Okay? So there you go. So here we go. I had to blur out the vag pic with the sex toy. Okay. I have an up close on my community wall if anyone wants to see it. That's censored too. So, and then she says, "Look how big her dildo is. How fat." And then Missy K says, "Damn it, man," with puke emojis. And then Rachel saying, "Mine is half that size, half the size," laughing. And then she's laughing again. And then Missy K says, "Those thighs of hers ain't skinny." And then Rachel saying, "She isn't as thin as she says. She wears baggy clothes to hide it." And then Missy K says, "No, she isn't. She uses filters on her live." And we all know, Lonnie, that you use filters on your live streams. So just don't deny it anymore. I actually have photos of you without your filters. So if you want to sit there and claim you go on filter free, I can actually debunk that too. So you see, let me enlarge this for everybody so they can read. You see? You see, Rachel, I show my receipts when I accuse someone of something, especially something like this. And you show, just like Lonnie, you show big nothing burgers. So let's go to the next one. So these ones are new. All right. So guess what, everyone? Yep, Sarah, you're absolutely right on that. I just didn't want you knew as much as I did, Sarah, because you pay attention. You know, we just didn't want to give her attention that she sucks. She wanted attention. Lonnie wanted attention. We just didn't want to give her what she wanted. But Rachel just kept on trying to she kept on. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She porn bombs my mod chat yet again. Wow, Rachel. You have no morals whatsoever, and they came into my mod chat uncensored. Isn't that well? Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, Sarah. I don't really care if Lonnie takes her back or not, but all the power to them if they want to kiss each other's ass and make up. They're probably they're probably exactly the same. So of course you didn't, Wyoming. Yeah, it's just sometimes you gotta do things if they want something so bad you don't give it to them, and sometimes they just go away. But guess what? Lonnie decided to go eat Jackie. guys. She was finding guys panels to talk shit, and this is where Lonnie got herself into trouble. She went over at Andy Cruz's channel. She went over at a few other channels, and she was sending off her nudes. And let me just make something. Yeah, Wyoming. I think they do deserve each other. Let's be real. And all right, let me just explain to everyone where these photos actually came from. So Lonnie was posting it on her TikTok. And I'm going to show you a screenshot, a few screenshots. And I'm going to show everyone where the proof of that they actually came from her TikTok. So we're not going to take Rachel's word for it. And she's right. She put them on TikTok. Okay. So let's enlarge this. She says you want to see something that will make you laugh. And then she tags the same person twice. No, I think it was one was me and one was someone else. And then the one I respect her privacy said Jesus. And she says she puts these on TikTok. Sorry for burning your eyes laughing. This isn't funny. We were grossed out, Rachel. Do you think we want to see this crap? Yeah, Sarah, she probably still is obsessed. So you see, I had to blur out all those images that she sent. She sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 photos. And these are topless photos. The last photo that she sent on the other screenshot was actually a badge pic with a sex toy going in it. So not only did she send topless photos, she sent a badge pic. And the badge pic up close is censored on my community wall. I can actually probably go over there. The last screenshot I'll show. So you see, you want to revenge prawn people, Rachel, and say you do nothing wrong, honey? Think again. Okay, hon. So let's go to the next one, shall we? Now, here's the second one with Missy K. Damn it, man. That will get your account yeeted. Her faces made me laugh. I don't think this is funny, Rachel. Does anyone in chat think this is funny? Anyone? Put a 1 if you think it's funny. Put a 2 if you don't think it's funny. Come on. So put a 1 in chat if you think sending revenge prawn is funny. Put a number 2 if you don't think it's funny. Oh, so you sent them, so Rachel sent them to you too, Wyoming? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sarah. None of us have to see that. None of us. So she thinks this is funny, ladies and gentlemen. She thinks this is funny. Yeah, screenshots from TikTok. And you got to be a follower or subscriber to see the nude photographs. No one may, legally speaking, nobody may not get in trouble because Lonnie decided to make them public on a social media platform. But morally speaking, Rachel couldn't help it. She thought it was funny. And she had to share with everybody. Oh, look at this. Sorry for burning your eyes. Laughing. She thought it was funny. I don't think it's funny, Rachel. We were grossed out in that chat. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. Look at Rachel laughing. And you could see, I'm censoring this out because whose chat this was, because it was supposed to be a private chat. Okay, it was, for my information, they were just talking about what Lonnie was doing on TikTok. But Rachel had to take screenshots of that chat and, hey, you need to know. Welcome. So, can you see on the bottom, followers only? So that would show me that she had the photo set to followers only. Okay, let's go to the bottom. And there's her tag name or username. You see? So this is Lonnie. She posted them voluntarily. She didn't send them to anybody's inboxes. These were public. And there's Rachel laughing her ass off. And she decided to take screenshots of this chat where they're just talking about Lonnie being a slut. And you are a slut, Lonnie. Let's just be real. You can't even get anybody in real life, probably. So you have to resort to this crap. Let me respond to this. All right. Like and do not cheat on Honey Bunch. Okay. What I heard was Lonnie sent them unsolicited. And Jamie said no. Now, he can't control who sends what to his email box. Now, that's the difference. Okay? Any little tramp can try to send people nude photos of themselves, just to try to get in between someone. And this is what a backstabbing cunt like Lonnie does. All right. So I hope that answers your question. You need to know. I don't believe that he reciprocated. I never seen proof of that. So there we go. It's in black and white. Of course, Wyoming. Of course, Wyoming. And she probably was. This is what. All right, let's just. Let's put that up, Wyoming. Let's put that up in you see, that's the truth. And I believe you, Wyoming. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. Okay. I just think Lonnie got jealous. That's what I think. Yeah, but all right, let's just move on here. So here we go. Yeah, of course. Of course Jamie wasn't interested. Hey, he's Katie. So here's a screenshot. All right, this is just for entertainment purposes only. To this is how dumb Rachel is. So there was an account. Okay, everyone may recognize this profile photo. It sometimes comes into chats and porn bombs them. Okay, and Rachel thought because the first name was Paul, that it was her husband, and then says that it's not her hubby's pick but his name. And then she sits there and blames Lonnie with no fucking proof whatsoever. And it's like I tell her, I look at the date or whatever it's made. I got a link to it. So I went to take a look at it, and I said it was just made. It's 3 hours old. And that same account was over at Retros. And the thing was, I was laughing that sock named Paul lasted 10 minutes over at Retros before anyone noticed anything. So Rachel comes in here and says, "Oh, I just looked at that account up because Hebrew and Lonnie have been doing it everywhere. My hubby's name is Paul. And then she's giving us another surname in brackets in his Facebook. It's not my hubby's pick, but it's his name. It's the 28th here today, but I bet it's Lonnie. Either her or Hebrew. And then Rachel go, I say it was just made. And it says, yeah. She put it this post up today, and she's gonna go to the cop shop on Lonnie blank and blank. I'm not getting them involved in this. Because guess what? She's trying to throw them under the bus too. For her little vendetta. I don't know what her problem fucking is. But she's trying to play, she's trying to screw them, and then she's trying to screw this side, and she's trying to pin, in my opinion, she's trying to pin two sides against each other. It's just, yeah. So, here we go. This is how dumb Rachel is. She just sees something and just assumes. Okay? This is utterly pathetic. So here we go. Oh, guys, I got the gloss on. Lonnie laughs. And then she puts a bunch of screenshots. I got heaps more. The guy she's been ejacking with contacted me and Tam and told us everything. And then she sends AI image that Lonnie made. And it's like, okay. Yeah, she was sending us in mod chat everyone's personal messages. She was sending people's voice clips. If you deal with Rachel Townsend, watch out. Okay? Oh, and here's another false accusation, folks. And we dealt with this earlier. So you see, Rachel's trying to stir the pot. Over at Natasha's. So you see, Rachel, I come with receipts. You just post whatever you think is going to stir the pot and get people angry. You failed. At least you failed with me and Sarah. I remember the time when Lonnie tried to send around Jamie's mod chat, and there were big nothing burgers. Yeah, I remember the one screenshot where Gladys was asking Jamie a question, and it wasn't that bad. And Jamie just gave his opinion, and it was like, okay. It was like big deal. But she tried to, but Lonnie tried to make it into something it wasn't. You see, this is how these people are. They try to spin it their own way, and let me see here. Oh, I got one more screenshot. All right. Just making sure. All right. So, does anyone want to learn what Rachel's opinion of Robbie was before Rachel opened up her big mouth and got a clap back? Hmm? Does anyone want to know? So we're going to go see what Lonnie had to say about, say, Robbie. So I guess she's going to get caught in another lie. All right. Before she was caught in Natasha's chat talking shit. So we're going to go to the next screenshot. So I think Manor, she means Mander. Manderlin, Hooker's whore of a girlfriend. So Mander went on Vid's channel, I think she means COVID's channel, and lied about Robbie's charges, saying it was DV. And all this other shot, Vids is going live again. Mel asked in case she comes in again, where his charges of harassment, wasn't it? Then she asks, was it harassment? And then Siren here says, it was harassment. I posted the exact part of the harassment statute several times. So Rachel is having a hard time reading simple English. So you see, well, hey, Wyoming. I guess they want to wait 20 minutes to say something. Let them. They're just going to get the boot. So if anyone else comes in saying shit like that, just ban them, please. Thank you. So you see, now she has to bring COVIDs into it when he has probably nothing to do with that. I don't believe. I don't know anything about that. So what did Robbie do exactly? Robbie poured some alcohol on a bed and some probably, I forget, what was it again? It was White Claw and something else. And he got charged with harassment. He didn't get charged with DV. He didn't get charged with DV. Okay. He got charged with harassment, which is something totally different than DV. And Rachel had problems reading the criminal statute because probably she was high on methadone, as Mel said on Nikki's panel. So I'll believe Tam at this point before I believe anything Rachel has to say. So, Rachel, you need to go back to rehab, hon. You're not getting simple concepts these days. Methadone is supposed to be to get you off the hard stuff. It's not a maintenance medication. You should have asked a pharmacist. Or your doctor. I thought they were supposed to wean you off that shit little at a time, but apparently she'd rather pop pills than be a normal member of society. So apparently Mandolin or whatever went on COVID's channel and lied. I don't doubt that. That's all she does is lie with Hooker, calling every gay guy on this platform the F word. Hey, Robbie. Yeah, she has no reason to lie. Wyoming. Tam Tam has no reason to fucking lie. Hey, you know, it's Tam Tam has every right to be upset with Rachel. Because guess what? She's a backstabbing bitch. She backstabbed me. She backstabbed Nikki. She backstabbed Robbie. Who else is she going to backstab? All right? Who else? Who else? She backstabbed Jamie, by the way. Gaslighting me into trying to ditch Jamie and Honey Bunch. For what reason, I have no clue. And just because Rachel and Missy K weren't getting their way with me, they decided, oh, let's backstab Bill. Let's talk shit. So they decided to use Scotty's chat and other people's chat to drag certain people. And then she got Missy K got real upset when I agreed with Jamie on his panel. I disagree with Missy K on her using other people's chats to sit there and hate on people when it wasn't even the fucking topic of conversation. You know, it's utterly ridiculous. So I'm just going to say this about Hooker. She's a backstabbing, miserable lesbian who doesn't even have respect for other gay people. Now, just because she's a lesbian doesn't give her the right to sit there and call people the F word. Now, she may sit there. Okay. She may sit there in a lesbian bar and sit there and she reminds me of the that bully, that cyber bully or actual bully in high school. They used to roam the halls. But in this case, she would be in the lesbian bar. She's the bully that puts the kick me signs on people and gets a kick out of it. But what she doesn't get is this. Us gay guys don't call each other the F word. It's not a term of endearment. You don't call each other, hey, F word, and then give each other a hug. That's not how it works. Lesbians I know or knew didn't call each other the D word either, and then give each other a hug. Yeah, gay people did use the F word, but it was used as an insult another gay person. All right. So she sits there and pretends, oh, she says, I'm a lesbian. I can use that word. Really? And we see how she behaves towards other gay people on this platform. So I'm looking at the screenshot here. Oh, these are for my mod chat, Scotty. These are for my mod chat. I'm showing that Rachel is showing RP. how many times she's been doing it. Missy K's egging her on. So here we go. We have Rachel trying to get COVID's involved. And of course, somebody's lying. It was probably Mander and Hooker were lying about Robbie's charges, which they always do. Yeah, Rachel. Rachel and Missy K. Missy K was one of my mods too, Scotty. So I wouldn't doubt Mander doing this. I don't know if they did it on their channel or they went over to COVID's and. Oh, really, Scotty? So she did that to you too. You see? You see, everyone? So she sent Lonnie's nudes to Scotty. She sent them to Wyoming. She put them on she put them in my mod chat twice. Not once, but twice. Of course, Scotty. And this is what I'm trying to show tonight. And then she's over at Natasha's starting shit. So in my mod chat, she used to be a staunch supporter of Robbie. She used to be a staunch supporter of Nikki. Then all of a sudden, when Natasha comes back, she can't stand him anymore. So let's do a little history lesson real quick, so everyone understands what the fuck is going on here with these two nut jobs. All right, with Missy K and Rachel. So they fuck over Scotty. They fuck over me. They fuck over Missy K fucks over her brother. All right. Well, if you can't be loyal to your own family, who can you trust? That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. All right. But Rachel just sat there and did a 180 when Natasha came back and started going after Nikki. And then started, and Missy K and Rachel started talking shit about Robbie in chat over at Natasha's. And especially when Natasha was talking about Robbie's essay, and we're making fun of it. Or making comments about it. Yeah, of course, Scotty. She can't handle 1 ounce of clapback. Neither can Rachel, by the way. So I'm not going to agree with I don't agree with going after Rachel's kids. But I understand why Robbie did what he did. Because Rachel deserved clapback for talking shit about Robbie in Natasha's chat. All right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then she goes, and then I see the comments saying, oh, Natasha, I made a big mistake supporting Robbie in the first place. Or I made a big mistake about supporting Nikki in the first place. Excuse me? Are you just sitting there are you just doing that to kiss her ass? Kiss your new queen's ass? Of course, it's Wyoming. Of course. Robbie started the shit. Not Robbie, excuse me, Rachel started the shit. And they should leave Scotty's kids alone, as I said earlier in my live. She doesn't bring her kids here. She doesn't bring her family here. So they're off limits. I'd say 99% of people on this platform do not bring their families here. So they're off limits. The only one I've seen that brings their family on here is Natasha Cooper. She brings her mother, she brings her kids. So they're immune. So in Natasha's mind, guess what? They're immune from a clapback because they're her kids or her family. It doesn't work that way. All right? But Scotty's kids are not on this platform. Her family's not on this platform. If you have a problem with Scotty, you just take it up with her. Because Scotty will tell you, I never went after her kids. I never went after her family because when I actually had an issue with her, I said it to her face or I went after her. I never went after anyone's family. Why would I? Why would I go after their kids? They have nothing to do with anything. And then Amy starts accusing me. My kids. Shut up. Of course, Scotty. You didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything about her kids either. I was just vague as possible just to make a point on Nikki's. I asked, how would you like it if we decided to talk about your kids? How would you like it if we talked about an essay that happened, an experience you had, Amy? And she went ballistic. I'm not sure if I believe the story that she gave. All right. Let's just be real, because Amy's a known liar. But of course, we have Rachel and Missy K over there kissing everyone's ass. You know, it's. So we're just going to go through these screenshots once more before we go tonight. Just to recap. All right. So we got I got a pretty good response from my community post. So we're just going to go right over to my community post real quick. And we're just going to show the screenshot I forgot to upload to my folder. Okay. Just to show. Okay. Let me just. All right. Hey, Shan. So. Hold up. We'll just. Here's the next screenshot. All right. This is the full. This is another screenshot of Rachel. This is the badge pic that she dropped in my mod chat. So here we go. So Lonnie actually posted these on TikTok, but they couldn't help. Rachel couldn't help spreading them all around. So this is my last screenshot of the night. So we're gonna so this is self-explanatory. Let me just go through the so there we go. There's the small version from when it got posted in my mod chat. So there you go. And let's just see here. All right, let's just go back to folder. All right, let's just go back to the beginning, shall we? Just to recap. So here we go. We got her blaming me and Siren for asking for news as jokes on a live stream. This started with Andy Smith. We didn't want to see his because he looked disgusting. We made jokes. We want to see yours instead. So you called someone sexy or whatever. We're just flirting. No big deal, Rachel. All right. You see, and then she's saying that Riker doesn't like us because we're gay. That's bullshit. All right, Rachel. Just stop it. Stop lying. Stop trying to make someone look bad. Because the only person that looks bad is you. All right? So here we go. Let's go next. So I know I can trust you, but Riker was trolling a lot of them. Riker, Breezy, and myself are really close, and I don't think they know that either he gets pissed when they come on to him and ask for dick pics. It's ridiculous. You see Rachel here talking to Scotty here in her the leaked so there we go. And then she said that I'll never show screenshots because I'm lying. Well, just like I said before, Rachel, I sent Scotty a few other screenshots proving you're a liar. So here we go. Here's the one on my community post. Here's the next one. So here we go. She does it again. So it's not only one time did she post RP, she did it twice. And then tells us she put those on TikTok. She's telling the truth on that. So, and then she says, sorry for burning your eyes and laughing. We didn't want to see that, Rachel. We didn't want to see her with her top off or her with her badge with the sex toy going in. We didn't want to see that. You are gross, Rachel. Okay, I have to censor these photos because, ew. I don't think any of you want to see it either, even if it was permitted on this platform. Next, you see Missy K laughing. She supports it. And Rachel thinks it's funny. Rachel and Missy K, they think it's funny. Perfectly sane, perfectly normal to do this. Hey, just don't trust her, either one of them. With anything, Here we go. You see, she actually did post them on TikTok under followers only. Here's her. And then there we go. There's Rachel laughing again in a group chat. They're talking about what Lonnie was doing on TikTok, and Rachel took it as an invitation to spread them all over YouTube. Rachel. How lovely. So let me just enlarge this. Yeah, Riker goes over to Nikki's. I've gone over there and I never had a problem with him. So here we go. Let's just enlarge this. So hold on. I don't think it's showing up on the screen. Hold up. Hold up. So it's not showing up on the screen. So I'm just gonna yeah, he's comfortable in chat, Wyoming. He's very comfortable in chat. He just Rachel's lying as usual. So we are smarter than this to fall for your games. So nice try. Nice try. So if you like more released, Rachel, I suggest you keep your mouth open. Because we can always release more. And Jax, nobody really cares. At this point, you're just a laughing stock. Okay? You're just a fucking laughing stock. You're just Natasha's clown. Well, actually, anyone that goes over on Natasha's panel is a clown, so all criminals, including Natasha. And it's quite funny. It's quite funny. She sits there and she steals someone's tax money, puts up a $20,000 lawyer fund, doesn't help anyone out. And some of those people don't even see it. And if they do, they're just too scared to leave. When Natasha came back, they didn't have to go back. Weird, isn't it? So, Jax, you're just a nobody. We don't care if you want a regional title or you want a little certificate. Doesn't make you special. So you can shoot off your mouth all you like. It's not going to change. It's not going to change that you're a biological female. It's not going to change the fact that you're a stupid hillbilly. Okay? It's not going to change the fact that you hang out with criminals and you're a criminal yourself. So, hey, learn to love yourself. Maybe you'll have a new appreciation Okay. So I've been on for 2 hours, so I'm going to hit the road. Hit the thumbs up and feel free to tip a broke asshole. So see everyone later. All right.